Hey everybody, it's Mama OG. I am back with another reaction. Today I am doing one for my friend Kane Alexander. He introduced me to a group back in June that completely blew the top of my head off. It was a 10-second song situation, which I explained. I have a thing where sometimes I hear songs and within the first 10 seconds I know I'm gonna love it. That song was a gift from Angela. If you have not listened to it, go over to their channel right away and listen to it. It's special. It was probably one of the most surprising reactions I've done to date. It was that good. And still mind-blowing that this group has under 2,000 subscribers. On top of how amazing the song was, Dahlia, the singer, came to my channel, watched my reaction, and left some comments. And she is just an incredibly sweet and very humble human being, which just adds to the allure of this group and their music. I've said it, plenty of other artists who kind of show their humanity through their actions, and that stands out to me because it's so rare these days. She seems to be incredibly shy. I don't think she knows how absolutely talented she and this group that she's got going are. I personally am hoping to bring some more eyeballs and earballs to their stuff because they absolutely deserve some exposure. I also love the fact that she's not interested in being hugely famous and inducted into the music industry, which is yet another thing I admire about them. So if you haven't already, please go check out that song on their channel, A Gift from Angela. That was a perfect first time song for you, Kane Alexander, to choose for me. It was spot on, perfect first choice. Now, he whispered to me in comments, there's another one that you need to hear, Borrowed Eyes. So I am going to go ahead and react to that one today. One final thing that I want to clarify. There was a little bit of an argument on my reaction as to whether or not the music and the singing and the vocals were AI. And Dahlia did clear that up for us in the comments of that reaction. It ended up being a very civil resolution to a comment, which was also a nice surprise to see, because you don't often find people kind of take accountability for mistakes they make online. And this commenter did, and he was very gracious about it. So just to reiterate, her music is not AI. Her vocals are not AI. The only thing that is AI, from what I understand, are her thumbnails. And I don't find anything wrong with that. Being somebody that creates a lot of artwork myself, I don't use a whole lot of AI in my process, but I certainly understand that it does make it a lot easier to do so. So I don't find anything wrong with that. Before we get started, if you would like to request a reaction, you can do so by clicking a donation link down in the description. Send me the information of the song you would like me to react to, and I will get it recorded right away. I also take notes while I'm reacting, so if you see me looking down, just writing down a couple of things to help me remember what I want to say when it's time to talk. That said, I've got my earbuds in. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
As the dark finally comes to take world and borrowed eyes to sorrow. Crawl from the rubble, white of tooth and eye, crawling, crawling. And the cold came down, and the dark come early, fetid water and tainted dirt. Borrowed time and borrowed worlds and borrowed eyes to sorrow. Borrowed time and borrowed worlds and borrowed eyes to
Goosebumps. God.
Hopeless messages to loved ones lost or dead. Haunted by dreams of what was, and murder across the land. Earth reclaiming its place among the others, among the dead worlds. In the cold cosmic darkness of the dead worlds, of the dead worlds, of the dead worlds.
Listen to her voice, my God.
Borrowed time and borrowed worlds and borrowed eyes to sorrow. Borrowed time and borrowed worlds and borrowed eyes to
Holy shit. Was that a fry, a vocal fry? I'm hearing a little bit more of the fry in her voice in this song. I noticed it in the last one. I think I described it as kind of like a rasp then, but this sounds more fry. I just want to rewind it and re-listen to that. It sounded like she was doing it with the guitar. Hold on. Man. Then we go back to the intro. Holy crap. Okay, I've got head to toe goosebumps. I almost felt like I wanted to cry in the middle of that. Just the intensity in her voice just hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm feeling the need to cry now. I don't understand this, but I'm just going with it. she has the kind of voice that, and I hope she's watching. I don't know if she realizes how powerful of a voice that she has. I hope she knows. It comes across like she knows, but just I'm going by some of the comments that she's made to my reaction. She's incredibly shy, and it seems, I think she even said she's a little introverted, and just never would imagined that there would be people hearing, reacting to her stuff on YouTube. And as I said, she's just incredibly humble, and that just makes this whole thing even more intense, because you can tell, even with some of the softer notes, this girl can sing her fucking ass off. She could sing anything. She's got that soft, airy quality. And then when she started saying the word borrowed, you felt the power. I felt the power. And then when she said the word sorrow, you heard that fry come out. And then, of course, at the end, when I paused it and rewind it, I heard a full-on fry scream. It started with the guitar, I believe, and then it continued after. I'm going to look up a transcript to this so that I can kind of go over the lyrics a little bit. Okay, so the intro was humming, and we got a little bit of that on the outro as well. So it was a nice circle back around situation. In the crushing black vacuum reclaims as the dark finally comes to take, and the sky blocks the sun away. I wanted to say this early on before I go through much more of the lyrics. I'm wondering if this is about war or the aftermath of war. I'm not sure. Just based on some of the stuff I caught lyrically. The sky blocks the sun away, borrowed time and borrowed world. That also makes me think things are temporary, especially during war. I don't know if that is what this song's about. It's just what it's making me think about. And borrowed eyes to sorrow crawled from the rubble, wide of tooth and eye. So crawling from the rubble, it's got to be about some kind of catastrophe, whether that be war or a natural disaster. I'm leaning more towards war. And the wording here, wide of tooth and eye, so that puts a visual picture of this entire line in your head. Of somebody crawling out from underneath rubble, wide-eyed and just grimacing, scared shitless. And the cold came down and the dark came early, fetid water and tainted dirt, borrowed time, borrowed world. Borrowed eyes to sorrow, borrowed time and borrowed world, and borrowed eyes to sorrow, to sorrow. Hopeless messages to loved one, lost or dead. This has got to be about war. It's kind of reminding me of when the invasion in Ukraine first started in 2022. Mariupol was a city that one of the first ones that was decimated. And there was a place where everybody was sheltering, and the Russians bombed the living crap out of it. And I remember hearing stories of deaths upon deaths upon deaths, finding that in the streets. It was just everywhere. And then the people that survived that, like, there was no way to get word out to loved ones because the Russians wouldn't allow anybody to leave. They were rounding up people, especially children, and carting them off to who knows where, probably Crimea and other parts of Russia and other parts of occupied Ukraine that Russia controls. Hopeless messages to loved ones lost or dead. it's bringing that time back to me, to what was going on over there. It's just heartbreaking. Haunted by dreams of what was, and murder across the land. This has got to be about war. Earth reclaiming its place among the others, among the dead worlds in the cold cosmic darkness of the dead worlds, of the dead worlds, of the dead worlds. I can imagine that's, a euphemism for all this death and destruction that you have in war in different places. Okay, so then it's just the chorus again to the end. Holy crap, that was incredible. And again, I don't know if it's about war. It certainly sounds like it could be applied. Again, another amazing song by this group. I'm just blown away once again. And on top of everything I've already said, I'm just itching to hear more. I did ask Dahlia in one of my comments if there was a song that she would like me to hear in particular, and I don't believe she responded back. But if you are watching, Dahlia, I would love to react to something of your choosing. That would be an honor, to be completely honest. Kane, thank you so much for bringing this group into my life. Thank you all for sharing it with me, and I will see you on the next one.